This is a deal for me you need to get done. This was brought up to me by producer Vic as well, so I'll give him the credit for it, but I agree with him 100%. This is also one of those ones you got to get done as soon as possible, I think, because as producer Vic had mentioned to me, you know what happened in the year before they had signed Marner and he got to the free or got to be a restricted free agent? They let him play the entire season with John Tavares. He scored 90 points, and everyone looked around and went, "We need this guy. We can't let him go. Like, sign him to whatever. Get it done. Sign him to whatever." Matthew Knies is playing on a line with Austin Matthews and Mitch Marner this year. Yeah, he didn't put up that many points last year. Look at him in camp. Look at him the way he's playing him and the kind of steps we're expecting him to take, the level of maturity, how much bigger he's got, stronger he's got. I'm watching him in that game against Montreal on Saturday night, sitting there with a main takeaway. I've talked about it in the post game, like, this guy looks like a leader out there. He's 22 years old and he looks like he's taking control and saying, like, "Hey, get on my back. I'll play out here. I'll be the guy who's going to push people around and not take shit and stick up for guys." Like, he's doing all that kind of stuff. This is going to be an important piece here on the team. And oh, by the way, he's a guy who's going to fit in here in a very, very different capacity than the core four that we have right now. He's not this blow you away skill player who's ending up on TSN highlights every single morning, but he's a guy who's going to do the right things, the little things, and he's going to really complement some of those lines with the top guys to just do pieces of the game, parts of the game that maybe not necessarily they're not willing to do, but maybe they're just not as good at. He's going to be that guy. And for a 22-year-old kid, this is a must sign for me. If you're sitting in that front office for Toronto right now, you got to get this deal done for Matthew Knies.
Yeah, I don't think his stock's got anywhere to go but up. And if you look at the trajectory that he's on, I think he's a high stock, high quality player who's only getting better. His maturity level's getting higher. His confidence is getting higher. You can see it out there. And he's got all those intangibles, right? He can work his bag off. He's big. He's strong. He's skilled. He can play with Austin Matthews. He's got leadership abilities. You just notice him out here. And I think he's going to be part of the Maple Leafs organization for a long, long time. I think he's going to be a huge piece of them winning one day at some point, Lord willing. But you need to get it done quicker than later because his stock's only going up. And you in the salary cap area, you got to get guys quick. You got to get guys and project what they're going to be and try to get them early so that at some point in time they're playing above their pay grade. It's hard to get that done. He's a guy I think you could do it. He's still in his ELC. He's still, fresh-faced young guy who's still learning his way. You can lock him down for a few years. I'm not sure what that term is going to look like or money, but it's not going to be this exorbitant amount of money with a restricted free agent. So I agree with you. He's going to pop off this year. We've talked about it on this show, the over-under with his points, and everyone's taken the over. I think that he's got the ability to finish, the ability to set up, the ability to create room, playing with Austin Matthews. Look out. I think this guy is bound for a big year. And if you wait too long, his stock's going to be high and you're going to have to pay primo for him, which is, every GM's nightmare right now. You want to jump on a young kid while he still is yet to be really determined where he's going to fit and try to lock him down if you believe and project that he's going to be a high quality player, which I don't think there's many people who can make a case for him not headed that direction.
It's also one of those things where I feel like if you sign him to a contract now, even if he doesn't have that great of a season as we're anticipating, is his value going to be really much lower than what you'd potentially sign him for right now? I don't think so. I feel like it's one of those ones where the number can only go up. So you get the deal done now, you lock it in as soon as you can, and you're just comfortable with the remainder of the season. You've got him here for a long time. He's going to be here with Matthews and Nylander and be a part of the future. You don't have to worry about it anymore. The deal's done. You move on. He just looks like he is willing to do anything and everything it takes each and every season to get better for the next one. We saw him come in 2 years ago, made an impact right away in the playoffs, gets hurt, goes, trains like crazy in the summer, comes back, looks really good last year. Comes back, 10 pounds of muscle added to him this year. And if you're wondering where that 10 pounds went, look at his neck, Rosie. Have you seen that thing? This guy's neck is out past his head. He's just a mutant right now, but he looks really good, really strong. And I think he's a guy you got to get locked up.
Yeah, he's one of my favorite guys on the roster. Since we interviewed him
Yeah.
and I talked to him and I saw like you know, his maturity and his confidence. I was like, I like this guy, watched him play, love the way he plays. I think the sky's the limit for him. He's going to be on the Leafs for a long time. He's going to be a big part of it. I like everything about that kid. If I were to go get a Leafs jersey right now, it would be 23 Knies on the back, 100%. He's one of the guys on this roster that I am most excited about by far, and I would love to see him locked up long term.
Make sure to check out more of our content right here on the Leafs Nation YouTube page. We got long form interviews, we got clips, we got epic rants by Jay Rosehill. We simply have it all. And don't forget, you can find out much more at theleafsnation.com. Thanks so much for watching.